Next up, Item 9 Labs. Andrew Bowden, CEO, and Mike Weinberger, Chief Franchise Officer. This one is a really, really cool company. They're doing something very different. And so, Andrew, I'm going to let you jump in, and I know Mike will be joining us. It's INLB. INLB is the ticker. But how are you, man? You doing okay?
I'm doing well. How are you, Patrick?
I'm great. I'm great. It's a beautiful day to talk cannabis, man. I'm going to let you jump right in, and we'll see if we've got some questions for you guys.
Awesome. That sounds great. Well, not to be repetitive, but Andrew Bowden with Item 9 Labs and our franchise brand, Unity Road. It's good to talk to everybody today. If you've seen a few of my presentations in the past, you know of my personal experience with my mother and our connection to the cannabis industry. And I'm really excited to go into this story again, and you're going to see something within this story that is, it's a one and only in the market right now on a national franchise level. And so let's jump in. Obviously, we need our forward-looking statements. We can take a look at this later. So 3 things I'm going to talk about today are, number one, we're going to talk about our modernized Unity Road retail franchise and which different states we're looking at and walking into. For number 2, we're going to be talking about our premium Item 9 cannabis products, which are currently here sold in Arizona. And we're going to be expanding those into several different states, which, again, we're going to be talking about soon. A few other pieces we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about our ongoing education to different communities nationwide, and collectively just inspiring confidence in the benefits of cannabis for all. And then lastly, we're really going to dig into our team. So Item 9 Labs was founded in 2017 in Arizona, and this last year we just uplisted to the OTCQX under our ticker symbol INLB. A couple of really big highlights, which we're going to talk about soon, is a quarterly growth of over 228% from last year. This is massive. But also, what's also very important is our 101% sequential quarter-over-quarter growth, with our recent filings. So we do have over 1.3 million packaged goods sold. And we have 54 acres approved for cultivation, and that's broken into a couple different pieces. We have 50 acres in Arizona, which we're going to expand on, which is about an expansion plan of about 650,000 square feet of cultivation and production. And then we have 4.6 acres in Pahrump, Nevada, which is just outside of Las Vegas, about 60 miles. And one awesome thing that we did this year is we did close our acquisition of the national franchise brand Unity Road, which this is what's going to propel us into the future. And our team is amazing. We have over 200 years combined experience in cannabis and franchising. And we have multiple agreements through our Unity Road franchise brand and our dispensary permits and dispensary templates acquisition back in 2018. And we've won licenses in 15 different states. And we have over 15 different entrepreneurial groups right now, spanning across 8 different states. The beauty of franchise, the franchise model, is that it requires an extremely low CapEx because franchises are locally owned and operated. With this, we'll be able to grow faster nationally without needing to raise capital. As Unity Road franchise partners open shops nationwide, we plan to bring the Item 9 products to the market through developing or partnering with cultivation facilities within that state. This gives Unity Road operators the first access to the reliable product supply chain in the new markets, and our products gain immediate distribution points in the new markets. For Item 9, we see increased revenue in product licensing, wholesale, franchise royalties, and we're supporting local entrepreneurs, opening the door to cannabis entrepreneurship for more people and supporting legislative initiatives. Buckle up, because we're on our way to make this a national household brand. So something here, nearly 1 in 10 retail businesses are franchised, as you can see with the vast majority of different companies that are in the franchise business. And franchise businesses are 2.5 times more likely to succeed than non-franchise businesses. This is a really big piece because when supporting local ownership, they need to know that they're going to be more successful through our brand. Over 3,000 different franchise concepts are available across a broad array of different industries. And what sets Unity Road apart from others trying to franchise in the cannabis industry, or just saying that they're franchising in the cannabis industry, is that, or doing a licensing model, is that we are a traditional franchise concept. The ongoing support and product consistency you would expect at any of these franchise brands that you see here, you're going to get with Unity Road. And we have the foundation, team, and the momentum needed to make Unity Road the first national household dispensary brand in cannabis. As you can see here, we've got a heat map. In the orange, we do have our existing operations and agreements. In the teal, we have targeted near-term expansion. And with the flower or the leaf, we do have our headquarters and current cultivation and production. And again, to hit this highlight, we have over 15 entrepreneurial teams developing the franchise business across 8 different states. Currently, our extensive catalog of Item 9 Labs products includes 75 active cannabis strains and over 150 differentiated cannabis vape products, as well as premium concentrates. Everything starts with our responsibly cultivated flower. From the live resin in our Apollo and our Orion 710 series products to the terpenes in our broad spectrum cartridges and beyond. Item 9 Labs with intentionally grown flower hand trimmed to best preserve those terpenes. We keep a close eye on the emerging technologies, and we're always making advancements to our product lineup, consistently setting the new industry standards in the market. For example, our Apollo and Orion technologies are a next generation vape system that provides a full spectrum flower experience on the go. The efficient vaporization services offer a consistent delivery mechanism with a quality recognized by those who can actually really taste the difference. Since 2018, our products have earned 8 first place awards and then 14 total in the Arizona top competitions, and sold by our high performing sales team. We've got an extremely high performing sales team and a really high performing marketing team as well. And our CPG marketing veterans, alongside an expanding distribution network through the Unity Road and Item 9 Labs products, have an established platform and a really focused growth strategy. I like to look at these 2 different pieces. On the left-hand side, you have the franchise model, which is $100,000 upfront franchise fees. And you've got the 7% gross revenue ongoing royalty and a 10-year agreement. And on the right-hand side, you have our Item 9 branded products and an extensive product offering across all cannabis categories. We have a really vast product offering and one of the biggest offerings out there. And we have 8 first place awards in top AZ cannabis competitions and more than 50% profit margins on all of our consumer packaged goods. And what that's going to bring us is a household dispensary brand with a built-in premium supply chain. And next, we're going to talk about our team. We've got over 170 years in retail, over 130 years in consumer packaged goods, over 100 years in legal cannabis, and over 65 years in franchising. So when it comes to the franchising piece and cannabis, we are the leaders. I know some of these numbers are a little bit small, so I'm going to read a few off to you so that you can really understand where we came from and where we're going. On the left-hand side, you've got Q2 of 2020, and you can see our revenues of 1.862, 1,862,000. Another thing I want to point out is our adjusted EBITDA was a negative 817,000. If you fast forward all the way to Q2 of 2021, what we're looking at is 6.1 million in revenues. And our adjusted EBITDA is now positive 955,000. This is a massive growth plan, And we have previously hit a 20% sequential quarter-over-quarter growth. However, if you look at our previous quarter, in Q1 of 2021 to our Q2 of 2021, we had over a 101% growth. I spoke a little bit earlier about the expansion of our operations in Arizona. And we do have 650,000 square feet that we can expand on our 50 acres. That's broken into 80,000 square feet of indoor, high quality grow facility, production facility, and then also 314,000 square feet of greenhouse, 60,000 square feet of ancillary buildings for the greenhouses or head houses, and also 5 acres of outdoor. And once we open franchise locations in these different states with our extremely asset-light model, we are going to move our Item 9 products into those states, and so that we can have that sell-through on the franchise side. We are going to become the most trusted brand in cannabis through our premium award-winning products and our national franchise model. Again, we have over 15 agreements with entrepreneurial groups over 8 different states. And with the extremely favorable regulatory trends in key markets, this is going to be a huge growth driver for us. And also to hit our quarterly growth, it's up 228% from last year and over 101% sequentially from last quarter to this quarter. All right, so on the left-hand side, you've got our contact for investors, and then on the right-hand side, you have our franchise opportunity contact. I think that we've got some time for some questions.
Yes, you do, my friend. And if Mike is with us, I'll ask him to join. Mike, anything you want to say right off the bat? Anything that our audience should know about how this franchising system works?
No, I think Andrew did a great job. Just say good morning to everyone. It's, for those on the East Coast, you probably had your coffee. For those on the West, I hope you're enjoying it. And yeah, let's dive in. Indeed, indeed. Okay, so the footprint, you described this briefly, but I'd love to get a little bit more color on this. The Item 9 Labs brand footprint, right? What are your plans? Any upcoming expansion there? It's a very reputable brand, so I want to spend a little bit more time on this and then jump into the franchising, and any interesting partnerships on the horizon. Obviously, we're seeing brands, move across the country with some of the partnerships in place and in the news lately. So I'd love to give you a chance to talk about that.
Absolutely. So we are targeting the different states that we have franchisees in order to bring our product in, so that we can have that sell through, so that we don't have to necessarily bring as much marketing back into those states. So right now we are targeting Colorado as one of our next positions with the Item 9 Labs products. We also obviously Q4 this year we are targeting Nevada. And really it is dictated by the Unity Road franchisees where we're going to go next, as we definitely want to support those franchisees.
Yeah, cool. So here's an interesting question from Happy Glass. Happy Glass, great name here in the chat. Okay, are the Item 9 products a particular strain or formulation? Franchise works because McDonald's burgers taste the same, right? An interesting point. So anything you want to say to that?
Yeah, absolutely. We do have particular strains that we utilize, and we have I think 75 different strains, and we will try to bring those into the different states. However, one of the biggest things is we have standard operating procedures around how exactly we grow the flower. We've got an amazing cultivation team that can definitely replicate what they do. Corey Carter, we ended up getting through the acquisition of Unity Road. Mike, do you want to talk a little bit about his background? I know you.
Yeah, sure.
Got a lot of insight there.
So our chief cultivation officer has worked for 3 MSOs now: M. Hardeen, I want to say Vireo, and now OCG, and then Item 9 Labs. So very skilled in what he does and scaled. I think his numbers over a couple million square feet of cultivation. So him and his team are ready to deploy as we move into Colorado and a few of the other states where our franchisees are.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I think you used this term earlier, so I'll throw it back at you. How does Item 9 define responsibly grown? How would you define that?
You know, we honestly don't use any sort of pesticides or you know, anything that would be outside just a fully natural grow. We definitely take a ton of care in the process, from, you know, planting the clone, I guess, planting the clone all the way to the trimming of the plant. We're still fully hand trimming. You know, everything we do is with intention.
Oh, yeah, I like that. There's the tagline for you. Everything you do is done with intention. I like that. So pivoting to the franchise part of the business for a second, I'd love to know, because I'm in Michigan, about your recently announced plans to enter Michigan, right? And specifically how this local alliance program works, right? How does it help the existing local dispensary owners on one side, in addition to the entrepreneurs interested in getting into the industry on the other? I'll give you a chance to answer that.
Michael,
Yeah,
let's jump in.
Yeah, I'll jump in. I saw you cut out at the last second there, but I think I got it. So
Okay,
our local alliance program and our franchise program are really set up to help people who've been in business for 5 or 6 years in these markets, or want to get in business and they don't have the skill set, they don't have the knowledge. We bring that to the table. But particularly in Michigan, because you hit on that one, there's a big push towards localization, right? And localization there means they don't want MSOs there. They want locally owned and operated businesses. So for us, we are curating some of the best and brightest dispensary owners that are already there and people that wanted to get in the business, and helping them keep businesses local in Michigan. They might have, obviously going to fly the Unity Road flag, but when you walk into, you know, Ann Arbor, or you go out to Grand Rapids, wherever you go, you're going to see someone from your community who owns that business, where the money stays in the community and can better it. And I think that's, for me, that's what cannabis is supposed to be, is sharing the wealth and a redistribution of it. So it's exciting.
Well, so Mike, take that a step further then, because I know, you know, Michigan is one of these states, right? That you know, I forget the overall number, but it's something crazy, like 1/17 of all the municipalities in Michigan have said yes to cannabis, right? So there's a lot of room to work with, right, over the years, and getting those folks to buy in to this industry and the opportunity. But let's take the city of Detroit, for instance, right? That city itself has held off on allowing recreational, right? Because they want the local population to benefit, right? They want the local entrepreneurs to benefit, and not to see a ton of companies come in. So that being said, are you working with, you know, any municipalities or government officials? Are you guys having those conversations with any of those folks? Because clearly, if you are benefiting the local population, it must be a match made in heaven in some respects.
Yeah, I'd say every day we're talking, and not just only in Michigan, but across the country. We're meeting with local municipalities. I'm sitting on town halls and talking about an actual model that can succeed, because for the push for redistribution of licenses via social equity or that local component, which I think is brilliant, what is the vehicle that's actually going to set people up for success? So if you go back to Andrew's original point on the success of franchising through the U.S. in any model, right, and how that can actually create better success, this is where franchising and cannabis meet. So in Detroit in particular, our franchisee there, it's a mom and a son. They've resided in Detroit for over 30 years. They're grandfathered in for social equity. They are Wolverines, which meant they went to University of Michigan. That's the only problem with them. I'm a Buckeye, but we let that go.
No.
We're really excited to have them, because it's the fruition of what we've been working on for the last 5 years, of bringing good people in the business with support and keeping it local.
Love that. I love that. I really appreciate that. And I think it's a very timely issue. And one, I mean, I've been getting calls lately about, how do we help local entrepreneurs, and not just here in Michigan, but all over, right? Some of these heads of licensing in some of these states are interested in figuring out ways to help move the needle for some of these folks. So super interesting. Definitely going to keep you guys, on our platform and understand how you're helping move the needle for a lot of these folks. I really appreciate you being on here. INLB, Item 9 Labs, Andrew Bowden and Mike Weinberger. You guys have a great day.
Thanks, Patrick.
All right, take care.